In this lecture, we are going to continue what we have started in the previous lecture about the inflectional paradigms. We talked about the pronoun paradigms and the noun paradigms. In this lecture, we are going to talk about the verb and the comparable paradigms. Starting with the verb paradigm, the verb paradigm consists of the stem, which is a verb, and then we have the stem plus the third third person singular. Then we have the stem plus ing verbal. The next position is occupied by the stem plus ed past. And the last position is occupied by the stem plus ed past participle. So we have 5 positions in the verb paradigm. The stem, third person singular form, present participle. By present participle, we mean the ing form of the verb. Also, we have the past form and the past participle form. So we have 5 positions in the verb paradigm. Let's have some examples of verbs and put them in the verb paradigm. For example, the verb clean. Clean is the stem. With the s third person singular form, we have cleans. We just add the s third. With the present participle, we have cleaning. We add the ing verb. In the past form, we add the ed past to have cleaned. And in the past participle, we have cleaned. We just add the ed past participle. So we have clean, cleans, cleaning, cleaned, and cleaned. And this is the verb paradigm of the verb clean. The next verb is ring. Ring is the stem. Rings is the third person singular form by adding the s third. Ringing is the present participle form by adding the ing verb. Rung is the past form. Here we do not add the ed as a suffix. We have an infix, rung. Rung in the past participle form. Again, we have an infix, the ed past participle. Here is an infix, not a suffix. So, the verb paradigm of the verb ring includes ring, rings, ringing, rung, and rung. Finally, the verb paradigm of the verb disconnect includes the stem, disconnect, the third person singular, disconnects, the present participle, disconnecting, the past form, disconnected, and the past participle form, disconnected. The last inflectional paradigm is the comparable paradigm. The comparable paradigm consists of 3 positions: the stem, the comparative form, and the superlative form. The stem in this paradigm is either an adjective, an adverb, or a preposition. That is why we cannot say that it is an adjective paradigm like the noun or the verb paradigm, because the stem in this paradigm can be an adjective, an adverb, or a preposition. So we call it a comparable paradigm instead. Now, the comparable paradigm consists of the stem and the comparative form. The comparative form consists of the stem plus ERCP. The superlative form consists of the stem plus EST superlative. Let's have an example. Nice. Nice is an adjective. The stem is nice. The comparative form is nicer with the ERCP. The superlative form is nicest with the est superlative, so the comparable paradigm of nice is nice, nicer, nicest. The next word is early. Early is an adverb. This adverb has a comparative and a superlative form. That is why we can put it in the comparable paradigm. The stem is early, the comparative form is earlier, and the superlative form is earliest by adding ERCP and EST superlative. The last word is near. Near is a preposition. This is the only preposition that has a comparative and a superlative form. So we can put it in the comparable paradigm. The stem is near, the comparative form is nearer, and the superlative form is nearest. It's time to take a note about the inflectional paradigms. Now we recognized the types of the inflectional paradigms, the pronoun, the noun, the verb, and the comparable paradigms. And if I ask you to write the inflectional paradigm of a specific word, you have to identify the part of speech of this word. If it is a noun, you have to write the noun paradigm for the word. If it is a verb, you have to write the verb paradigm, etc. But some words may belong to more than one part of a speech. So how to recognize the part of a speech to which the word belongs to if it has or it belongs to two parts of a speech? The only way to know that this word belongs to which part of a speech is to put it in context in a sentence. Or I can put between two brackets the part of a speech. For example, I put the verb or an noun or adjective or adverb, etc. But if I don't do that, I will put the word in context in a sentence to recognize whether the word belongs to this part of a speech or to that part of a speech, and accordingly, you can write the inflectional paradigm for this word. For example, we have words like cut, which can be a noun or a verb. Show can also be a noun or a verb. And clean can be a verb or an adjective. In order to identify or write the inflectional paradigm of each one of these words, we have to identify its part of speech. To do that, we have to put the word in context. Let's take the word cut. I have cut my finger with a sharp knife. Cut in this sentence is a verb. Because it is a verb, we have to write the verb paradigm, not the noun paradigm, because in this sentence, cut is a verb. So the verb paradigm of the word cut consists of the stem, cut, the third person singular cuts, the present participle cutting, the past form cut, and the past participle form cut. Because it is a verb, we have to write a verb paradigm. Clean is a word that might be an adjective or a verb. But in the sentence, your house is clean and tidy. Clean is an adjective, not a verb. And because it is an adjective, we have to write the comparable paradigm for the word clean, not the verb paradigm. So, the comparable paradigm of the word clean consists of the stem, clean, the comparative form, cleaner, and the superlative form, cleanest.